Okay, so let's take care of the patch and that hexagonal socket. Alright, so I'm going to try a cutout template for the patch. So edit, duplicate, drag this down, probably roughly right around there. Okay, then I'm going to drag out a work plane, maybe roughly there. And I'm going to use this again. Okay, so let's drop the height down to 5, and it's on the long side, so let's do, nope, wrong one. So let's just drop it down to 10 by 10, and then let's try 5, and let's drop this down to 2. Try 1. Okay, that's pretty good. Flatten it down a little bit, and we'll want to shrink it down a little bit, still on the big side. So shift, corner, control point, right, left mouse button. There we go. Okay, so push this in. Right. Looks about right. Just trying to see if it's in the right spot. Looks good. So you're roughly the right size. Okay. So I'm just going to move. Oops. So I'm going to duplicate this piece. But first I'm going to switch my work plane down here. Select this piece. Edit. Duplicate. Okay. And I'm going to select a piece. Hold Shift Select. Oops, that's right. I need to turn this into a hole. And then Shift Select and group. Okay. Now I'm going to select this piece. So I'm going to go undo, turn that into a hole, and then shift select the other piece. And let's see if this does a cookie cutter. Oh, it did a pretty good job, just didn't get this part. So let's undo. Alright, so make sure we get the right piece. And there we go. select, and oops, no, don't want that. Undo. Undo. Okay. So this piece. Okay. Now group. Oop, I did the wrong one. Move this up. There we go. And shift select. Select and group. There we go. We got the patch. We change the color to light gray. No, this needs to be more like this light brown. There. All right. Now there's a hexagonal socket that goes right here. So again, I'm going to use, should be able to use one of the community pieces. So now I'm going to grab our wedge, but actually first let's delete that. So let's drag our work plane over. Drag our wedge tool. So let's drop it down. Let's go 5 by 5. See what we get. That's pretty close. Okay. Now we need to rotate it. We want, yeah. Okay, got that piece. Still a bit big. So let's go 2 by 2. Okay. Be a little bigger, so we'll go 3 by 3. There we go. Let's drop the height down to 5. Okay. Now I'm just gonna slide it over. Okay. Just want that rotation to be a little better. There we go. Nice. I'll just move this down. All right. So let's move this piece up a little bit, but actually I'm worried that's not gonna slide exactly on the plane, so let's drag our work plane onto it. Okay, and then let's just use the up arrow key. It's a little better. This piece probably could be just a little shorter. There we go. All right. Piece looks pretty good. So probably just a little bit smaller. So I'm just gonna scale it. Oops. So select the corner, hold shift, left mouse button. It's not being very picky. So let's drag it on to this guy. Try it again. Shift, right mouse button. There we go. And I'm just going to move it down with the bottom arrow key just a little bit. There we go. Okay. So now I'm going to pull it out a little bit. I'm going to turn it to a hole. So I'm going to duplicate it. Edit, duplicate. Alright, I'm going to shift select chopper's body and I'll do a group. There we go. Now select this piece. I'm going to turn it this color. Alright. Now this piece has two hemispheres, half circles. It's like a dial. So we're going to cut those in. So we'll use the cylinder. And so we're going to find the cylinder quarter and we're going to bring that in, and it gives us a selection. We can go with a quarter cylinder, a half cylinder, 3/4, or full. So we're going to go half, and then let's just shrink this down to 3 by 3. Still too big, so we'll go 2 by 2. Alright, bring the height down to 2. Alright, let's move it into position. Still a little big, but let's just get it in this position. So let's rotate it 90 degrees. Alright. Use the arrow key. Use the up arrow. And let's move it over. There we go. So now I'm going to shrink this down. That should work. Move it over. Okay. Looks pretty good. And then let's slide this in a little bit. Okay. I make that a hole. And let's duplicate it. Edit. Duplicate. And let's slide it over with the right arrow key. And now we're going to rotate it 90 degrees. Oh, sorry, 180 degrees. And let's move it over with our arrow key. Okay, a little close. So move this one over just a little bit. And I'm going to select both of them. So I'm going to drop this down to 0.1, see if that helps. Okay. And I'm just going to rotate it a little bit. This is the way it looks in the reference pictures. There we go. All right. Now let's hold shift. Actually, I think we have to do one at a time. So let's deselect, select, shift select, and group. There we go. And shift select the other piece and group. Then we're going to move this in. And let's move the work plane down. Again, let's move the plane this way again. Whoop. There we go. And let's move it on it inside. There we go. Cool. And let's move the work plane back over. All right. Cool. All right, almost there. So we'll look things over and see what we've missed and see what we have to add to finish this thing up. So I'll see you in the next lesson. Bye. Thanks for watching. And if you like what you see and you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe.